Hey guys, Eric here. I'm about to head back inside. Thought about making a video, just Q&A with Angel. It's going to happen. Oh my god! I actually forgot you were in there. I forgot you were in there.
How could you forget?
I was making a video about INFJs for my viewers, and I got so caught up in it, I forgot that you were. I don't know. My brain does weird stuff sometimes. My brain does weird things. I was just so caught up on one thing that I forgot that you existed, and I was like, I'm gonna go make a video with Angel, and my head's in the clouds, and then you pop out, and I fall on the floor. No, go away.
It was your idea.
I forgot I told you to do it. Stay away from me. Stay away. No, go away. Stay away. No. Your love is toxic. Your love is toxic. Leave me alone. No. Go away. Go away. My God. This is abuse. Someone help me. This is sexual harassment. Oh my gosh. Make it stop.
I love
Oh my gosh, what is wrong with you?
I wanted a kiss.
You scare me. Throw me on the floor and then try to kiss me. No!
You
Go
told me to pop out of the bag.
I forgot what I told you, okay? When I was making this video, I didn't expect it to turn out like this. Usually, guys, I open up with a topic and I'm like, yeah, so speaking of which, the two are related, and believe it or not, you don't have a short-term memory. Bad short-term memory. Oh! Illustration. I think I could start my video now. Shit.
Can I go in the room and open this?
No!
Oh, okay.
I want your thoughts on this video.
Okay.
Recently, I got a comment that someone said that she has a bad short-term memory as an INFJ, and that's something she struggles with. I said, I know what my next video is going to be about. You don't have a bad short-term memory. It's all about learning to categorize the information that is stored in your brain. Feedback? Thoughts? I mean, you're the one who said that you struggled with it more. Like, I know what she's talking about, but I've learned to overcome it, and it's second nature, so it's hard for me to remember what it's like to live every day forgetting things.
I mean, yeah, you can't really categorize it, and you can't really remember it, period. It just takes a while, and
Then someone
usually-
says something that jogs your memory.
yeah, usually
Like-
someone has to remind you by saying something similar to it, or
Like guns.
Mhm.
And then you think history. And then the building blocks are shot heard around the world, and you're like, Angel didn't know what that was, and I told her, and she says, I'm gonna forget. I forget everything. I have a bad memory. And she's not forgot it since the day that I first taught her. It's about building blocks. The shot heard around the world was a shot that was fired against a pedestrian civilian that started the Civil War.
Yep.
So, I guess what I'm trying to figure out is, what is it like to not know how to categorize things? And what's it like to experience that, the poor short-term memory where it's like you forget everything you've learned, but you can remember it all later in convenience. And since you've been here and been around me, you've started to overcome that obstacle. How did you do it?
Well, it was kind of a need to remember things. Mainly because I had to remember things at work. There was no forget and remember later. You have to know now and remember now.
Right.
So it's one of those instances where I was just forced into remembering, whether I liked it or not, and I guess it just in a way helped.
Well, before you met me, you were predominantly thinking with your intuition, though. So, do you think you just weren't using your introverted thinking quite often enough, diving into your NI and really drawing that information out, dissecting it? Or is this more of a case where you needed to directly access the wealth and wellspring of knowledge that you've stored up?
It could be actually both.
Hmm. Did it give you headaches when you first started?
Oh, yeah.
So, I guess what that means is that you were forcefully engaging your introverted intuition to the point where you were overusing your brain, basically.
Mm-hmm.
So, INFJs typically have trouble remembering things over the short term, but that is solely because it takes time. INFJs use long-term memory pathways, meaning we remember things over the long term for a long period of time. But it's difficult for us to remember things over a short term. So I personally have overcome this by just training myself so much to remember short things, usually through studying Japanese or learning new information. I'd go over it in my head and learn to remember what I just learned. So the headaches still come and go for me, but they're nowhere near as frequent as they are for some people. And I think the headaches aren't as bad now as they used to be, are they?
Hmm. They're not as bad, but if I'm really trying to remember something, it can turn into a full-on migraine.
I see. Have you tried have you tried eating blueberries? Of course not. No, why would you ever eat blueberries? Why would you ever eat food that I tell you is good for you? Never mind, it's one of the superhuman foods. The top 5 best foods in the world for you.
Eric,
No,
you're
never.
getting off topic.
Oh, yes, I am. Thank you for that.
You're welcome.
It's being sarcastic. You are
Eric.
toxic. No,
Eric.
we are on a video for an audience. So, bottom line is, while INFJs may struggle to remember things over the short term, it is solely because of the way that your brain stores information. INFJs use long term memory pathways, meaning that they typically don't remember things over the short term. You have to train yourself to think that way. If you just lie down and accept the fact that you struggle to remember things, you'll never get any better at it. You have to train your brain to develop new neurological pathways so that you can access that information right after you learn it. Otherwise, it's stored in the vast knowledge and wealth of information in your NI that is to be drawn up later. And if you target a topic, a subject of that's related to what you were learning, then it usually draws it right up to the surface like that.
Mm-hmm. And big point to be made is you have to try.
Yeah, like defy. You're like, I can't do it. I can't do it. You have to defy that and be like, I have to do it. I need to remember this right now. And there have been times I've sat there for like 4 minutes, just like, my head hurts and I can't remember what I learned. And I end up not remembering. But then the next time I start remembering quicker. It's something you actually have to work on. Your brain's a muscle. So you have to actually like force yourself to use it in ways that you normally don't. Because there's two sides of the brain, a right and a left half. And INFJs really, when we're recollecting information, it's not really being dissected, it's being drawn up, built up. So for us to forcefully engage those sections of the brain we normally don't use is going to hurt. It's a muscle. It's going to hurt. So give it some time. Comment below after you've given it some time and see if your memory actually improves. I know for me it did. According to Angel, it has been. So take her advice, actually give it a shot, and learn to learn to get into the habit of reminding yourself every like 3 minutes to 5 minutes inside your head of what you learned, and say, okay, what did I just go over in the slideshow, or what was that new word and definition that I just learned? What
Yep.
conversation did we just have?
It can help.
And you'll train your brain to actually start remembering new information quicker. Hope that helps. I love you all, and I'll see you next time.